Hi, it's Jaythni, your wellness coach. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. In this week's video, I talk about my 5 favorite habits, self-care habits that help with stress management in my life. Now, I developed these in the last 3 years. Prior to that, I was one of those people that would get stressed out so easily and so quickly. In fact, I felt like that was going to be my life forever. And when that chronic stress was a part of my life, I felt it take a toll on me, mentally, emotionally, even physically. I felt like I just couldn't give 100% to myself or to anything else in my life, including the people in my life. So once I started this self-care journey of mine about 3 years ago, that's when I really took the time to develop healthy habits to help me handle the stress. It's really easy to turn to Netflix or to turn to alcohol or turn to junk food to help you cope with stress. So, whatever you do, just come up with at least 3 to 5 healthy ways that can help you manage your stress. And whatever ways you come up with, make them a consistent part of your self care routine. That is key. What I'm about to share with you may or may not work for you, and that's totally fine. Take what you will, make it your own, replace it. But again, whatever habits you choose, please make them a part of your daily routine as much as possible, because that's the only way they're going to turn into habits, and they're going to make you resilient enough to handle the stress in your life. And they will help you handle stress like a boss. So, with that said, let's get started. My first habit is getting good sleep and getting enough sleep. For a lot of people, sleep is overrated, which is nonsense. If you need 6 hours, that's fine. I'm somebody who needs 8 to 9 hours, and that's fine too. Figure out how much sleep you need, and then also check in with yourself. How are you feeling the next day? Do you feel tired? Do you feel cranky? Are you groggy? If you are, then something needs to change with that sleep pattern and that sleep routine. So it's really key to get quality and quantity, the right quality and quantity of sleep. The point here is your body needs some time to rest and recover, right? If you just let it go, and if you don't make sleep a priority, when is your body going to fully rest? When is it going to just shut off and do its thing and work its magic? It's not going to happen. So you have to give yourself the quality and the quantity of sleep that your body and mind need, so that you are alert and awake the next day to handle whatever life throws at you. So when you get the right amount of sleep and you're sleeping well, you have the wherewithal to understand what's going on. You are alert to handle the stress instead of go into panic mode, or instead of feeling anxious, or instead of, turning to some of the unhealthy coping mechanisms that have become a default in your life. So in order to have that presence of mind, you have to allow your body and your mind to rest. Also, something that's really important is be regular with your sleep routine. If you typically go to bed at 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, stick to that time frame even on the weekends. When you go from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Friday night and Saturday night, you're just throwing your body out of whack. It's going to mess up everything. It's going to, send some crazy cues to your brain. It's going to send crazy cues to your gut. It has an effect on everything. So try and stick to a regular bedtime routine as well as a regular bedtime. Remember, if you don't do that, your body is going to retaliate instead of recuperate. So you choose what's going to help you. Habit number 2 is really limiting the amount of sugar in your diet. So I used to be a sugar fiend, and this really changed 3 years ago. But I was that person that when I went out to eat, I didn't pay attention to anything on the menu except for the dessert section. That's all I was interested in. I wanted to make sure I had enough room in my belly for the dessert. I loved cakes. I loved pastries. I always had chocolate in the house. So you get the picture. That was me. Until I got on this self-care journey and I really started to pay attention to what the sugar was doing to my mind and to my body. So this is what I discovered is that when I had that amount of sugar, it made me really foggy. I wasn't as alert and focused as I usually am. I wouldn't think very clearly. I felt lethargic. I felt tired all the time, no matter how much sleep I got or how well I slept. It impacted actually my sleep as well. I had a harder time falling asleep. It really increased my cravings for sugar as well as other junk food. Basically, I would just feel really sluggish. And once I connected the dots, I was on a mission to limit sugar in my diet. So you do what works for you. Maybe you don't experience these symptoms, and that's fine. But no matter what you do, just pay attention. That's it. That's all I want you to do. See if there's a correlation between sugar and what it does to your body and your mind. When you control that sugar, the amount of it in your everyday diet, more than likely you will start to feel more alert. You'll be less reactive, less panicky, less anxious. You're going to feel less like the world is doomed. And you're going to feel more in control. You're going to feel calm. And, you're going to feel like you have the energy as well as the presence of mind to deal with the stress. In fact, what somebody else may consider stressful may no longer even be stressful for you. So you are what you eat, so pay attention. If you want to completely eliminate sugar, go for it. Do whatever works for you. If you want to limit it, then try that. But at least pay attention to what it does to your mind and your body. Habit number 3 is moving. So I love sweating it out, love sweating out any negativity in my mind and in my heart. For me, a 30-minute workout is just phenomenal. It's my biggest stress buster. I feel like $1,000,000 after a workout. And I usually after a workout, no matter what kind of stress I'm dealing with, I feel clear-headed, I feel strong, and I feel capable and ready to go to handle whatever is happening. A lot of times, in fact, I've experienced these light bulb moments when I'm working out. And what I mean by that is, my mind will just say, oh, hey, have you tried, handling the stress this way? Or what if we did this? Or what if, just it comes up with solutions. Or I'll think of, oh, maybe I can reach out to so-and-so and see if they can give me some ideas or they can help me because they've been through the exact same situation. So to allow for those light bulb moments to occur, there has to be some creativity in your orbit, right? So when you move, whether it's a workout, if you don't like exercising, that's totally fine. You could clean the house, you could cook, you could just go on a walk, take the headphones out, and just get into your body. Because when you do that, there is room for creativity and there is room for solutions. And eventually you have, the energy and you have just that presence of mind again to deal with the stress in your life. It's going to allow for some balance, not just physical balance, but also mental balance to deal with the emotions. Now, habit number 4 is, this one is the hardest for me to do, is take a day off. So I am one of those people that, thinks if I haven't done something or if I haven't been productive, then I've just wasted my day. So this habit has been really tough for me to incorporate. There are still weeks when, I fall off the bandwagon and I don't completely take the day off, and I see it and I see how much of a negative impact it has on me. So if you can schedule in that day off, I have seen immense benefits by doing this on the occasions that I have done it. And think of this day as the day where you do something because you want to, not because you have to. Ask yourself, what is it going to take for you to get going the next day? And then do that. It could change. It doesn't have to be the same thing. Um, maybe you just want to lay in bed all day on your day off. That's fine. Go for it. You do you. Maybe you want to go dancing. Maybe you want to cook up a storm. That's fine. You figure out what is it that you need that is going to keep you going the next day and that you want to do, not because you should do it. Because at the end of the day, life is upside down more often than not, right? It's not going to stop. So you have to hit the pause button on a consistent basis just so you can keep going. You need to have the energy and the mental and physical capacity to manage the stress in your life. If you're really burnt out and you feel like you just can't cope anymore, things are just going to feel worse. I promise you, you will feel more calm, more focused, and you'll have the energy to deal with whatever is causing the stress in your life. So take that day off. And then habit number 5 is positive thinking. So, I used to be one of those people that would think, oh, what now? Or, what else is going to happen? Or I can't take it. I just can't cope anymore. That used to be my mindset. And I had to really work on that over the last few years. I'm not saying be in denial of the stress in your life. No, don't do that. You have to learn to cope with it. And thinking of it positively is one way to cope with it. So how do you do that? This is what I do. I go in asking, what's the lesson to be learned here? And how is this situation going to help me down the road? You have to be open to learning the lesson that you need to learn in any given situation. If you can do that, you can actually come to terms with the stress. Another side to this also is being thankful, looking for anything in that situation or that circumstance that's causing you stress for which you can be grateful, because I promise you there is something that is good. There is something, it could be the smallest thing, but find that thing because it will turn your mindset around. So be thankful, ask yourself, what is the lesson to be learned here? And then ask yourself, how is this going to help me down the road? If you want to keep loving yourself, loving the life you have, or creating the life you want to love, if you want to continue feeling sane and actually thrive, you have to incorporate a positive mindset. That's the only way to get through it. So to recap, my 5 self-care habits that help me manage stress in my life are: 1, getting enough sleep, getting good sleep. 2, staying away from sugar. 3, moving. And however feels good to you, you choose you. 4 is taking a rest day. And then 5 is having a positive mindset. So, none of these, if you heard me earlier, I'm saying habits for this. I'm not saying tools or, just something that I use infrequently. So in order for these things to become a habit, you have to make it a part of your life on a consistent basis so that you almost, become second nature. When stress hits you or when something in life happens and you feel stressed out, you know what tools you have to take care of yourself, and you know how best to deal with it without completely losing yourself or feeling burdened. So I hope that was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. If you want to learn more about what I do and how I can help you, check out my website. It's www.imperfectbodies.com. That's one word. If you're looking for more ways to handle stress in your life, then check out my free guide. I've dropped the link in the description. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in and take care. I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.